to today's soul guidance reading. Okay, this daily guidance is going to be quite short today, and I apologize, it's a bit later in the day than I'd expected to be videoing it, but it is what it is. And in fact, the first card actually really actually confirms the kind of day I've been having. It's a day of kind of sludge a bit. It's a day of when you might not actually feel like doing much. You're sort of dithering rather than actually getting on with things. So sometimes these moods do come in, and I feel it's to do also with the change that we're all experiencing and the anxiety that we've been feeling, and all the organization and lots of sort of ideals and ideas that we're trying to sort of bring forth sometimes can actually sort of block the energy and has us actually sort of feeling a bit blah. All right, and I also had an appointment booked for somebody to pick up some junk from the backyard, so they also arrived and sort of got in the way of the filming, but that's fine. But anyway, the first card I've got here is Surrender to Play, and I think that's really apt. Okay, and it says here, take a break from overthinking or a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. Okay, so for those who are actually at work, caught up at work and stuff, you might actually also be struggling to find that your day today has been quite hard work. Literally, it feels really hard to get through. So as soon as you get a chance to leave work, or if you can actually leave work early, or even if you can just add some play into your day, I really suggest that you do that. So grab some daylight, go out and just free flow in the course of your day, and maybe, you know, catch a movie, or maybe, I don't know if movie theaters are open actually, but you know, just go and do your play, whatever that might be. Okay, it might be walking out in nature, sort of discovering new things, or just even wandering with the eyes of the wanderer in your neighborhood. All right, which is something really, really good thing to do. So go with the innocence of your mind and try and see things almost as if you're a tourist in your own area. So I just recommend that you do that. Okay, I mean, you might decide to play that you're going to see how many red things you can find, you know, so it could be a pillar box, phone box, red scarf, whatever, and maybe just go around the neighborhood and take photographs and do a theme, whatever. I might just do that. And so the second card we've got here, okay, I've got the Rider Waite card here. So I think what this tells me is it's a classic. Here, the main bit of the situation is the energy we've come into, the needing to play. Okay, but the main situation, and the Wheel of Fortune is definitely the wheel that goes up and comes down. And I feel because of the nature of the energy that I'm picking up, and this sitting right in the center of the 3-card reading, I would say there is a movement that wants to happen, but it's not. Okay, and I feel like that's just definitely the energy. I feel my eyes are going towards the books here. So I feel like there's a lot of research people doing, maybe doing some reading, or maybe even looking into things, and maybe even overload of information, I'd say. So maybe this is a really good day and time to take some time out and just release yourself. You know, things will come back round. The energy will go back round. And sometimes, you know, because the way we've been structured to think and live out of having to do and be all the time, you know, just in the action of doing, we actually forget that sometimes life has its own cycles as well, and as we have, as you know, nature has as well. So it's really important that you can honor that sort of own rhythm or your own cycle of your feelings. So, you know, I consider myself to be quite fortunate because I work from home and do things according to my schedule, and whatever appointments I might have worked around that. But on the whole, I can really, really listen to the natural rhythms of myself and my life. And I really, you know, and I know a lot of people do get a taste of that during the COVID lockdown. So, you know, don't wait for the next lockdown, which could actually happen, to force you into that. You know, start listening to your body, start listening to your heart, and start listening to your soul. But things will move forward, I would say. All right, and the next card I've got actually is from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Okay, and we have got, interestingly, the Time to Go, but in the inverted. So this also really confirms that in the sense that I feel like maybe some of us are feeling stuck and we're unable to move forward, but there will be a point when the natural movement, the natural door, the natural moment will come and arrive, which I think is really in keeping not only with this, but I think sometimes we just need to sort of, you know, really just surrender to what's happening and just be more playful with the whole day. In fact, you know, it doesn't mean to have literally go and play, but maybe just relax and pull back and just be more childlike in your approach to the day instead of being dogged and listening, you know, following a list or the have to do list, okay? But things will move forward. So if anybody of you are feeling a bit so stagnated, look at this figure that's going up. All right, it's really important that we sometimes have to go down to come up. Okay, each and every one of us are also in a different part of the spiral of that circle as well. So it is very hard sometimes to trust yourself when you see everybody else doing something quite different, okay, doing the comparison thing. But coming back to this final card, I do personally feel that with this time to go, there will be a moment, a real clear moment when the action will seem to be really clear, okay, when you're able to sort of literally make that move to sort of release yourself. This could also be you questioning maybe some of your allegiances and your friendships and stuff. We've got Mars in the full moon, and we've got Mars in Aries, or rather, sorry, full moon in Aries. And yeah, and we've also got the Mars there. So also that's really like a time where we might just have had enough of something. It could be enough of work, enough of a certain situation, or enough of a friend. Now, I did do my weekly reading, which really talked about that energy, about how people could be showing up, and that could be your boss, your work, or whatever situation. So I'm not going to go into it, but I feel this also ties in really nicely. And I think some of you will be definitely getting a message that it's time to start get going and put an end to something and start moving forward. So let me actually do another tree. I've got a tree card here, or I call, what's it called? The wisdom of the standing people. So I'll just turn a card over. Okay, now I've got also delight. So this really ties in with this as well. So, you know, just go out, maybe take some time out, you know, whether it's this evening, wherever you're in the world, it could be first thing in the morning or any time of the day, and be childlike and start really delighting and noticing maybe some things that you naturally normally sort of miss because you're so in your head about everything. So I really suggest to go out and get some fresh air and move your body and really delight in what life and nature has to offer. So this is my message for you today. Thanks for listening, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye. So as always, I always have something to add at the end of what I think is a finished reading, and I discovered there's some more cards that I'd like to talk about. So this is the extended version for particularly those on YouTube who'd like to, you know, YouTube viewers get to see the full spread. So I had 3 cards in the first segment: Surrender to Play, Wheel of Fortune, and the Time to Go inverted. Okay, and we had the card of Delight, which is what I suggested, that you take some time off in the next 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, and just trust. If you're feeling sluggish or kind of like a sludge, or you're really kind of finding it hard to motivate yourself, trust that. Okay, you're not being lazy. There's nothing wrong with you. You know, it is just your body clock kind of adjusting. There's lots of adjustments, you know, through the kind of energy field that we're going through as well. There's so much more to, you know, that happens, you know, and we don't even see half of it. But a lot of things can be occurring in our sleep state and what have you. You know, there's different energies that's been downloaded, blah, 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 blah. And there are other videos that really talk about that kind of thing in length. But I just feel that for some, underneath the surrender to play, I think the reason also they need to play and have some time off, perhaps is because there is some healing that needs to happen. Okay, there might be a closure that you've experienced, or you've been, you know, sort of ending things that's happened from you from the past, but you're really feeling the emotions of that. This time is also bringing a lot of those emotions up for some of us to look at, or to bury finally once and for all. Or there could be some documentation or certain other aspects, you know, that could be around at the moment, that could also bringing up some old memories and some feelings around maybe some endings that we've experienced. Okay, so this is across the board for anybody in a situation that found that you were in a situation that you had that was complex, that had natural endings to it, or had to end, and you're still dealing with the aftermaths after, you know, this could have happened a year ago, 2 years ago, you know, a few months back, only a month back, wherever you're on the scale. Okay, we're all different, but there is some kind of healing that can happen. And as always, nature really does give you that healing. So it says here, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. So, you know, I like that bit. It says the forces of the universe that support. So sometimes, again, because we're so forced to do things and feel that we have to be doing, you know, the forces of the universe could be actually indicating to you that you need to take a day off or take some time out. Okay, it's really important, you know, if you've got tears for it to come up, you know, don't know why, you thought you've got over it, or maybe, you know, you just thought, well, am I still crying about this? you know, just trust, because it is a form of healing. So just honor it if you can, you know, and good for you if you already do that as well. So it is really important to actually take not only time out, but actually to respect and respond to what the body is showing you, okay? Because I feel clearly that there is some healing to there as well. Okay, underneath the Rider-Waite card, which is this, okay, which I felt the stagnant energy, it is, I think, a very much a good time to be looking for sort of new plans and new ideas, and start maybe trolling through the internet. This is, you know, the wands is an action element of the tarot, and the page is also quite a youthful. So this tells me that you you know, you want to take a youthful attitude, like a fresh attitude. So maybe looking at something from fresh eyes, or actually be looking at something new, maybe looking at some information that you need to find. Do some recce, you know, maybe you're going to be buying something, so you're going to start looking and trolling through the internet. But at this stage, want to be looking. All right, you know, don't want to be acting, you actually want to be looking at things. Okay, this is still at the early stages, so this is actually setting the stage for something new. Behind that as well, we've got another lovely card, which is a card of strength. So some of you, you know, just trust that you have the strength to get through what it is that you need to get through. The card of strength is also a major arcana card. So together with the Wheel of Fortune, just stick this period out, whatever's going on for you. If you're having any personal problems, personal issues, people having a go at you, or you're feeling that you're not doing the right thing, or you're not moving forward fast enough, or whatever your story is, you have the strength to deal with it. And you can also call on the strength. So this is there for you. You can meet this challenge, whatever happens. All right, so this is slightly the extended. The other thing I've got here beautifully is having recommended going out, just take a breather. Okay, if you can't go out, the weather's not good where you are, just take up some time out and breathe, you know, just do some cycles of breath, you know, inhale and really feel your expansion of your rib cage and your diaphragm, and then exhaling out. And then even sitting 5 minutes, just doing that conscious breathing, closing your eyes, or even keeping your eyes open, or even going out in nature and sitting on a rock or on a bench, looking at a tree, and just very gently. Sometimes you can have your eyes open and actually look through your third eyes, you know, so you just actually imagine looking through there, you know, and that's quite nice because you actually there's a real stillness to that gaze as you breathe. Also with breathing, I feel my eyes are going into her. If you can just see there really clearly, there's an image right in her torso, okay, or her core. So I feel like some of you could be guided, okay? So if there's a sense of needing to take out in the sludge, that's because there could be blocked energy as well, okay? So, you know, you'll find that maybe the answers are within. Of course, they always are, but you might find that you're able to sort of get in touch with your deeper self and listen out to what it is that you need to know. Action will be coming forward. I think you'll be guided to follow a certain procedure. I think not so much a procedure, but you will start feeling the momentum build up to what you need to do to start getting things in traction and in motion. So surrender any worry as well, okay, which is in the card beneath the complete healing. I think some of, you know, I mean, I know for myself at the moment, I've got quite a lot on. I'm not actually worried, but there is a lot to think about, which could actually turn into worry. All right. You know, and there's nothing worse than overthinking. I know some people are trying to organize lives, make moves and all that, and they're over worrying about things that you can't possibly imagine that could happen down the road as well. So try not to project your thoughts too far forward, especially at this time, as we've got living in times of uncertainty, and there could be a tendency to start thinking, well, what's going to happen in 2 weeks' time or in a month's time? Nobody knows. Okay, we can all have a sense of maybe what we're hearing or whatever, but just trust your intuition, and least of all, just surrender worry, because it is totally and utterly futile. Okay, and interestingly, and I'm just going to leave the last two cards here because they're actually really poignant as well. Return to silence. So this is really about going into the breath and just getting silent. All right. So, you know, just taking yourself somewhere, you know, in deep, quiet meditation. Interestingly enough, I actually opened a card for myself before the reading, and I got the card of meditation. Okay, so it could be, you know, a subliminal message also coming in for everyone. And this is what I feel I need to do today myself. So, you know, take yourself somewhere nice, somewhere that's your sanctuary, or your place, of your holy place, wherever it is, that you can actually, you know, sort of get into a bit of silence so you can heal and you can feel replenished. Okay. And lastly, for the extended, trust yourself and your decisions. This is really important as well, because the Mars, the moon in full moon that's coming up on Thursday, this is really going to sort of bring that to the fore. All right. We're individuals, but we also work within friendships and family units and etc., etc. And everyone's going to have an opinion about certain things and wanting to be guiding you left, right, and center. You've got to trust yourself. So again, this is really key. Trust yourself in your decisions. Don't be swayed by others, people's strong opinions about what to do, where you should go, or anything like that. Take action. Be confident that you've chosen the right path. Okay, so I will leave it there. So this is, again, you know, just, you know, they are dailies, but you have to understand they will cross over into a 48-hour, 36-day period, or possibly even more as well. So wherever you are experiencing, you know, the energy, I hope that this has spoken to you as well. So, you know, take some time out, trust yourself, and surrender to a bit of silence. I think that would be a really good tonic for everyone right now as we move forward. Okay, then, thanks again for listening. Lots of love, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye.